Hey YouTube, welcome back to UniXDBS, and I have to first and foremost apologize. I know there was a point where I was kind of doing videos like almost every other day, sometimes like 5 days in a row, and I've been slipping a little bit on consistency. Kind of got some days in between, but that's really because there's a lot of shifts happening in real life. We can kind of post about it subtly, but we're trying to do the best we can here. There's a lot of stuff going on, leaves me kind of low on energy, so sometimes I kind of get home and I want to just decompress and, you know, get home at 7 p.m., decompress, it's 9 p.m., try to be healthy in my normal life, and, you know, by that time it's almost 10, 11, and, you know, then we kind of get out of hand. So, yeah, it just kind of be like that. Then I gotta get up at like 7 again to do everything all over again, so there's just not enough time sometimes. But the good news is we are hopefully going to a new place in terms of career and in terms of where I live, and that would actually make it, instead of doing these videos in another half of my room, we do these videos in my own office, and I think that's gonna be crazy. So wish me luck. I'm crossing my fingers that hopefully that happens sooner than later, but I'll be making cool announcements. And the channel is still growing despite the little changes to how we roll. The channel is still growing. We are almost at 2K subscribers, and I have nobody to thank but all of you guys. So with that being a chunky part of the intro, I do want to say that if you haven't already, this is the time to join the UniX fam. You can just go right up on the subscribe button, press that, like the video so it trends, comment so we can get the discussion going. And yeah, if you want to chat with me or anybody else that's currently in the Universe X fam already, just join the Discord because the link's in the description. Past that, we are going to just talk about what this video is about, and that is the anniversary box. You feel me? When it comes to the anniversary box, we got so much news, and this might be the hypest anniversary box they've ever put out, because it's not just new cards, it's a paradigm shift because of the Zenkai boost block, and we are going to start really revving up in the Zenkai series content creation. Speaking of just content creation in general, just want to let you guys know that if you really want to help the channel out in a big way, there are multiple ways to do that. You can go to PPG through my link in the description and find pre-orders on products just like this. You can also go over to UniXDB, which is the channel where I play all sorts of phone games and, you know, video games for Dragon Ball. Just kind of on request. I have my two mainstays, but you can just subscribe to that. If that channel were to get to 1,000 subscribers, I'd be making way more money because that channel is already ellipsing this channel in terms of views just because of the nature of the fan base and how many people watch those video games. So if you want to help me, go support by just pressing the subscribe button there. Now, we're going to dive in this video into just some cool stuff about the anniversary box, but I really want to focus in on the cards they've shown us and the cards they've given us explicit details with. So right now, I'm going to put on the screen, we are getting new reprints, okay? And it's actually really cool because this anniversary box is going to have not only a normal version, but a premium version. So what we're looking at is the reprints going in for the Hyper Evolution Super Saiyan 4 Goku. We've got Broly, Ultimate Ancient Destruction, and Baby Hachiek Sand Destroyer. Now, what we have here is, in my opinion, I'm going to be completely brutally honest with it, I think we have a miss, we have a collector's diamond, and we have a competitive diamond. And what I mean by that is Hyper Evolution Super Saiyan 4 Sun Goku, very cool card. At one point it was very sought after, especially once we saw GT spoilers. However, right now it's not like it's seeing the most play, and until we get another GT deck later, it still may not see the most play. Now we are getting a Pan reboot deck, so there is a chance that, you know, this card could still see some shine. Let's not play. And if there are any red GT decks in the future, this card could still do some things, despite it not having important keywords like deflect or barrier to protect it. It's rather an exposed nerve that has the potential to go off in terms of destruction. Next, we got Broly Ultimate Agent of Destruction. Now, this guy is very, very strong. But he requires you to be at 1, and chances are if you were at 1, you're playing a dangerous game. You do not want a card that has to have you at 1 life to do its effects, because you are really already in a losing position by that point. Now, when it looks at Broly Ultimate Agent of Destruction, this card has been so hard to find. It was a set 6 card, and it has maintained an incredible amount of value ever since. So putting this guy here is a very, very good space for the collectors that just want to flesh out a collection. Even if it's not the original version, you at least have the card, and you can just go double back for that later. Now you got Baby Hachiek Sand Destroyer. Yeah, this is Blue's de facto SCR, so there's no reason to change it. If it ain't broke, don't fix it, buddy. So yeah, this is a really good card, and it's going to help people get into Blue a lot easier, because if you're playing a Blue deck, you pretty much had to shell out the 250 for a baby hatch. Now, the cool thing about this is we're also going to receive in the premium set these foils that I'm going to put on the screen right now. Now, I'm going to say this right here and now. I think out of the foils, just like before how we had in my opinion, a miss, a collector's diamond, and a competitive diamond, I think these are kind of ranked as well. I will not front. Say what you will, let me know what you feel in the comments, but I definitely think that the non-premium SS4 Sun Goku looks better as a card composition than the Hyper Evolution that's premium. The premium one is like a generic pose and he's just like, but the normal one is amazing. In contrast, the normal one for Broly gets blown out of the water by the gold version of Broly. The premium version of Broly is disgustingly good. I think it's just amazing looking. Followed by Hachiyak. Baby Hachiyak Sand Destroyer. So good looking in its gold version, but it's also very good looking in its normal version. I dig both of them. So I'm very, very happy with this. But now we're gonna move on to what this video is really about. And that's the fact that this set, this anniversary box, is making crazy amounts of waves in terms of what we are about to see support-wise, okay? So let's look at this. I'm putting the splash art on the screen and we're gonna go by some of these one by one after we're done with this. But right now, I can see that what we are getting is there's like support for so many decks. The red Pilaf is clearly going to set 10 Pilaf. That's going to be support for that deck. So admittedly, I did take a break from the game from set 7. Like I did not play in set 7. I did not play until after set 10. So some of these decks right here, I'm not necessarily seeing. However, Pilaf was a deck in set 10, I know that much, and so that's gonna be support. This Android 18 could be from many places. This Android 18 could be support for Ssm Gohan. It could be support for, I don't think this soon they would make support for Ssm Goku, but this could also be Invoker support, even though it's just mono red, because they have released cards like that before. And I think that that's pretty cool. Now, granted, there's another card in here later that supports Ssm Gohan, so maybe this is more Ssm Gohan support, in which case you guys already know your boy's gonna be brewing. Best believe I'm gonna top with that. Like, don't even front. I'm going to top with it. But yeah, this can be that. You got SS4 Rose Goku Black Mortals Be Gone. Now, because, sorry, I said SS4. SS Rose Goku Black Mortals Be Gone. Because Zamasu and Goku Black have been reprinted so many times, there's no way to know if this is set 2 Goku Black. There's no way to know if this is set this could be set 10 Zamasu. This could be like, you know, set since there were some blue yellow cards, this could even be support for something as soon. Now granted, like I said, because I don't think they'd support Ssm Goku this soon, I don't think they support the same Realm of the Gods Zamasu this soon. But yeah, this has numerous things it can support. Majin Buu Reshaping Regeneration, as far as I know, the blue Majin Buu cards kind of came out in set 3 when we had the Kid Buu, big 30k boy. So I think this is kind of going for that. Now we see some of the words from there, and this is going to be one of the only ones that kind of does this. I'm going to go over them in detail, but you got Deflect, Unique, Auto, Limit 1 when your opponent has more energy, or has 2 or more energy when you play a blue Majin Buu card with an energy, and then it cuts off. So yeah, I'm not sure if that was supposed to be there, because some of these cards look like they've been stripped of their keywords, because I doubt their text boxes are going to be that small, and some almost like they've been accidentally kept in. So it is what it is, editing sometimes. You got Green Frieza Before the Fall. I'm not going to even go into which one of the decks that can be, and that could be in a plethora of decks. And then you've got Ginyu Captain's Responsibility. Correct me in the comments, because I'm going to lean on you guys for this. I don't remember where Green Ginyu was. Is that set 10? I think it actually is set 10 that Green Ginyu was. You got Dispo Hyperspeed Strike, and Dispo, you have a yellow U11, not only in the original theme booster pack, but I think more likely this is going to be supporting, I think, set 9. Then you've got a green, or a blue, wow, blue-green, I was going to say every color but the right one. Yellow SS3 Gotenks Invincible Fist. This is no doubt support for the set 10 Gotenks, but he has Deflect and Triple Strike in his 8 cost, so this is a boss card. You got a Black Hachiyak Sand Exterminator. All I see is critical. He's a 5-drop, so this guy is clearly going in set 8's Hachiyak deck. You got Mass Sand Belligerent Warrior. There's nowhere to tell where this is going. No way to tell where this is going, because Black Sand essentially gets splashed in. Mass Sand gets splashed in every set's black color at some point. You have a green-blue Piccolo. Piccolo 3 moves ahead. clearly some set 8 madness, or was it set 8? Yeah, I think Surge format. So this guy's gonna be cool. You got an 8-drop Cell, Unending Despair, that's yellow and green, so we're looking at some set 9 successor, most likely. And you've got Hit Ready to Brawl, Bulma fighting for Vegeta, Prince of Destruction Vegeta, Proud Defiance, Sun Gohan and Earth's Defense, Poutine, Schemes Most Wicked, and Shield ruling through fear. Now the reason why I didn't talk about those is because we actually have those effects there, so we can blow them up and then talk about them. So moving on to Hit, right? I've got Hit Ready to Brawl, 2-cost Unison. Auto once per turn, when this card is attacked by a card with 10k or more power, switch the target of your attack to your leader. So that's some pseudo protection. But instead of comboing like the rest of them, this guy's gonna just put it towards your leader, which can be good. And actually not just good, I'm gonna get into that in a moment, but yeah, actually let me just read the rest of it first. +1, activate main, add up to 1 card from your life to your hand. Place up to 1 skill as battle card with an energy cost of 2 from your deck in your drop area, then shuffle your deck. Then +0. Activate main, 2 red. If your leader card is a red hit card and your opponent has 3 or more energy, play up to 1 mono red hit card with energy cost of 4 from your hand. So, this is actually really, really cool, okay? Because what we're looking at now with Hit Ready to Brawl is a Super Awakener. You play this for 2, right? And you +1, and you add up from 1 card from your life to your hand, and then you dump a skill list from your deck to your drop. On top of that, with Hit Ready to Brawl here, you're also going to have the ability to, when your opponent swings at it, you direct that damage directly to your leader. So this leader is going to help you awaken very, very hard, and we do have Reboot Hit. So that's pretty cool. And then on top of that, you're gonna be able to play a 4-cost hit. So that could be Foreseeing Hit for 2 energy. And I'm not gonna front, I will play that card, play the crap out of that card for 2 energy. That's a great card already, just we don't tap 4 for much anymore. So this is crazy. I think that's a monstrous like unison for the Hit deck. And I actually really hope that this is a position where we get to actually see cards like that shine. And that's actually my favorite part of this anniversary box. We aren't just getting support that just kind of flies out the window. A lot of this support seems very relevant to the deck. So moving on to the next one. So next we have Bulma fighting for Vegeta. A lot of people have been excited for this card because it's a clear support for SS4 Vegeta. 1-drop auto, when this card is played, draw a card. Excellent. Auto, limit 1. Blue, if your leader card is a blue Vegeta GT card and it's your turn, when this card is used in a combo from your hand, choose one. If it's if one of your blue Vegeta GT cards is in battle, switch up to one of your mono blue energy to active mode, and this card gains +5k combo power in battle, and choose up to one of your blue Vegeta GT cards and it gains double strike for battle. So for 1 energy that refunds itself, your Vegeta will go to a double strike and will be at +10k, which is an amazing amount to really do this for. So I actually like that. You get 1 more card that can be comboed to attempt to push that through. Will it be enough? I think this is actually going to do a lot for the deck. Some decks won't be able to combo up that easily, and you'll be able to still play other cards. Don't forget that you'll be able to play this, activate its ability to untap one of your mono blue energy, and then you can still play a Realm of the Gods or a Kamehameha and still untap. So yes, you'll be losing certain cards, but at the same time, you will be pushing your ramp through for certain. And I think that's actually a very important distinction to make. Being able to like just guarantee that ramp is sometimes worth going down 1 or 2 cards in hand, because you'll start getting it back once you start landing cards like Rise of the Super Warrior. So very, very nice. The next card we're going to talk about is Prince of Destruction Vegeta Proud Defiance. This is a clear piece of support for set 11 Majin Vegeta and Babidi. He's got unique Barrier and Servant permanent. This card can attack, and if your opponent this card can attack. All right, whatever. And if your opponent has more energy than you, this card gains blocker. Very interesting. When this card is played, draw 1 card and place 1 card from your hand to the bottom of your deck. I need to see where this card gets good. Activate main, limit 1. If your leader card is a green Evil Wizard Babidi card and your opponent has 1 or more energy, play this card from your hand. Okay, so you don't actually need to pay energy for it. Activate main, if your leader card is green Evil Wizard Babidi card and you place this card from your hand at the bottom of your deck, choose up to 1 unison, remove a marker from it. Okay, so there's a lot of cool things. 1, this card is never dead. If you have it in hand and you want to just mess up your opponent's unison, this is a very tricky card because that last one isn't actually an activate main limit 1, it's just an activate main. So what you can do is swing with your leader at a unison. You can swing with a battle card at unison and they have 1 marker up and they're like, okay, well at least I get to +1 or +2 at next turn. And you're like, no, absolutely not. Discard this card or put this card at the bottom of my deck and then blow you out with it. So that's really crazy, because once you use this card to kill your opponent's Unison, if you have the correct setup, you can then play this card from the bottom of your deck because it's a servant card, Ssb Vegeta. So that's actually very, very, very good. He can't attack, but he becomes a barrier blocker at 15k. That's cool. And he's going to be able to be played and shuffle a card from your hand, essentially drawing one and then choosing your worst card and putting it at the bottom, which could be another servant for you to then recycle afterwards. So this card is actually gas in terms of that. Very much so gas. The more I read it, the more I started to understand it, and I'm not mad at it anymore. Next, you've got my my nemesis, Tracksuit Gohan. Shout outs to the boy back there, yeah, back there. So anyway, Sun Gohan in Earth's Defense. Deflect, he's a 1-drop auto, limit 1. If your leader card is a yellow Whis card, and you place 1 card from your hand at the bottom of your deck, when this card is played, send up to 2 skillless battle cards with 15k power and different character names from your deck to the warp. Shuffle your deck, and at the end of your opponent's next turn, play up to 1 of the cards sent to your warp with this skill to your battle area, and you may add the remaining cards to your hand. Okay. Oh, right, so 1 card from your hand to the bottom of your deck. So you go -2 by playing this, and then you remove 2 cards from your deck, so you thin out your deck by 2. And then after your opponent's next turn, you'll be able to go 1 to the field, 1 to your hand. So he's still going to be a -1 in terms of hand advantage, but you're thinning your deck out by 2. It's weird because I like cards that kind of instantly gratify you, and this card is kind of the slow game. Very interesting. Now after me, once per turn, choose up to 1 of your leaders. It gains all the following skills, or gains the following skill until the end of your opponent's turn. Your skillless battle cards gain barrier. I'm not seeing the necessary forward momentum out of this card, but I could be wrong. Maybe I need to test it. But this seems like a very, it's not going to progress your game state, but it's going to try to be cute. So we'll see. We'll see. Everything getting barrier is nice though, but your board has to be stacked with these vanillas. So yeah, we'll see about it. The next card we're going to go to is Poutine, Scheme's Most Wicked. We got auto limit 1 if your leader card is black and you remove 1 of your skillless battle cards from the game. When this card is used in a combo, draw 1 card. Okay. Active main limit 1 if your leader card is a black Toa card and you discard this card from your hand. Look at the top 5 cards of your deck, add up to 1 evil wizard or demon god card, both black and with an energy cost of 5 or less, or 1 black unison with a specified cost of 3 amongst in your hand. Okay, at first I thought this was a card that could support new Toa, but didn't have to. Now, as soon as I saw the 3 cost unison, this is a direct buff to Toa. Then that's crazy because I thought that set 16 would be off limits. Well, 17 because she was from Ultimate Squad, but this is a direct buff from Toa. This is still 4 of in the deck, 100%. This effect is a freaking Oceanus for that Toa deck, and more consistency to find your 3-drop unison is great. But this will find your Demigra. This will find your your Demigra to discard and then hopefully put 2 bodies on board. This is gonna find your unison, and then also at very most you can combo with this guy and then remove a token from the game and then just draw a card. So this is a mini super combo too. This is crazy. This is actually a snapped card, and this really does crazy things for Toa. So that's wild. Now next we've got Chilled, Ruling Through Fear. Clearly, I don't even have to tell, it is a Frieza clan with this is a Frieza clan in red and blue, so this is gonna be like cooler support. Energy exhaust, dual attack, blocker, arrival, red blue for red blue. Permanent, if a red blue multicolor card is in your energy, reduce the combo cost of this card in your hand by 1, making it a 0 cost combo. When this card is played, look at the top 5 cards of your deck, add up to 1 red or blue Frieza clan card with energy cost of 5 or less amongst them to your hand. Shuffle your deck, choose up to 1 of your opponent's battle cards, ignoring barrier, and gets minus 15k power for the turn. Wow, that is strong. On a 20k body, 2 energy for a dual attack blocker that has all this on it that's gonna smoke something 15k through barrier. This is a valid card. Trey, you're gonna love this. I hope you're happy. This is a valid card for the cooler deck. I'm saying it right now. But we're gonna move on a little bit because we still have a lot to go over. We can see here, now that you see this new splash art on the page, that there is even more for these decks. Like the Zenkai set, the Zenkai mechanic is gonna be an excellent way to just boost so many things in the game. So let's actually look at this. This is crazy. We've got a SS Gogeta facing fierce foes. This is a 2 cost, 1 Zenkai energy cost, and it's a Z battle card. So this is probably supporting not Destroyer Kings, because that was actually no, Destroyer Kings was red too, but then you also have set 11 red Gogeta. This could be supporting both of them. One of them, we'll have to see its effect, but both of those decks could use some support. Next, we have got a Z Awaken Janemba, and this is crazy too. Z Awaken on the leader only costs 1, so this can pretty much happen quickly. I see critical, and it says if your life is at 3 or less and you place 1 5-star parasitic ball from your hand and it cuts off. So you'll need the 5-star parasitic ball, but that's cool because you're probably using it anyway, even though the chain got nerfed. And then you were running, you're gonna have a critical leader. I'm not sure if he's gonna stay 15 or he's gonna go up to 20 because he's looking pretty raw, but this is pretty tight. Now moving on, we've got a another 2 cost, 1 Zenkai Energy, Whis from On High. We don't know what that does. For you Majin Buu fans from Cross Spirits, we seem to have a support for that deck because your leader did awaken to Kid Buu, and this is a Z Awaken that goes into Majin Buu the Insatiable for 2 Zenkai Energy. That's pretty tight. We got a 1-drop SS Sun Goku Awakened by Rage. This could be Dredge Coup. This could go into a whole bunch of decks. Clash Coup. We don't know yet. There's too many Super Saiyan 1 Goku decks. Then you got a Fuse-Zamasu Righteous Inequity. This is a yellow Z Awaken 1, and because it's Fuse-Zamasu, now that we've seen that set 17 Toa has got support, even has support on this page if I'm not mistaken, there's no doubt in my mind this is probably going for the Zamasu, because they are the Zamasu from Realm of the Gods. They are trying to buff characters that they may have found to be a little too weak, and so this is going to be pretty cool. I definitely dig it. So that's pretty cool. Yep, Fuse-Zamasu Righteous Integrity. I would say that's the yellow Zamasu, but only time will tell. Moving forward, we've got SS Sun Gohan Come What May, clearly from the Supreme Rivalry set. I think it's Supreme Rivalry. Is it Supreme Rivalry? But I think that's where we got the Megazord Trunks, where we had the Sun Gohan as the leader, and then we just had all those Trunks cards that came together. Frieza, just to warm up, there have been too many Frieza decks. No way to know which one this is for. This could be for set 1 Golden Frieza, because I don't think it necessarily is for Mecha Frieza or for Revival. It just doesn't look like Revival of F. We got a Z Awaken for 2 black SS3 Broly Surpassing Legend. This is seems to be a thing for, I don't think it was the movie Broly. Was it a movie one? Dawn of Legend or something? Was it? I don't remember. But there was that black Broly that came out a little bit after set 1 that was pretty cool, and this seems to be a Z Awaken leader. We got a 1-drop for 2 Zenkai Energy. That's Toa Unpredictable Offense. I'm assuming this is going to be even more support for that, for the set 17 Toa deck. We got some red yellow Super Baby. That's crazy. Super Baby 1 Parasitic Comeuppance. A lot of people still love that deck, and I think this is not going to change. Like, this could be some really cool things. Now, something I'm going to point out here, this is the first card that's asking for 2 Zenkai Energy that looks to be multicolored. A lot of people were wondering what Zenkai Energy with colors meant, but I think this is a surefire indicator that this is going to require you to have 2 red-blue energy cards in your Zenkai Energy. That may be a little harder, but maybe some of these decks will facilitate it. We will see. But this is going to be very, very interesting. Or maybe they're asking for, maybe this is how they ask for 1 red, 1 yellow. Maybe it has to be a combination of that. We shall see. But actually, I don't think that's the case, because the very next card, Hit Pursuing Improvement, just has 1, and it's blue-yellow. So I think this is asking for a blue-yellow card to be used. Hit Pursuing Improvement, that could be a plethora of decks. That could be the Vegeta / Kaba leader. That could be various leaders. That could be the Sadala like package, like with Kale and Cleveland. This could be a whole lot of decks, because that color combination has been used for Universe 6 for a while. And we got the last 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 cards, and we're going to go into detail on those because they are here. The first one is Ssb Vegeta, a new look. He's a Z Awaken, and this is a Z Awaken for the red set 2 Vegito leader. The double strike on a leader is already pretty ballin'. It only costs 1. Z Awaken red Vegito for 1 red energy. Permanent, your Sun Goku and Vegeta cards are treated as red, blue, and green in all areas. That's hot. Activate main once per turn. If you have 3 or more energy and you play one of your, you choose one of your Vegito Z battle cards, play up to 1 Vegito card with an energy cost of 8 from your hand on top of the chosen card. Not sure if we're going to get more, but we do have quite a few Vegitos that are 8. I believe there's the green one from set 3 or 4, but there's also, I think it was set 3. But there's also the OG red one that counted the amount of Gokus and Vegetas in your drop to make its power. So that's pretty cool. Activate main once per turn. Place 1 card from your hand at the bottom of your deck. Draw 2 cards and choose up to 1 of your opponent's battle cards, ignoring barrier, and return to the owner's hand. I don't like the bounce effect in red. That's a very blue effect. But then again, this card is going to, this archetype combines a bunch of blue, green, and yeah, blue, green, and red Vegeta, so, or Vegetas and Goku, so that's cool. Through barrier removal is still very, very strong, and if you use this thing to bounce a ultimate card, it's just going to remove itself from the game, so I suppose that's pretty tight. Yeah, there's a lot of good here. There's a whole lot of good here. We are going to move over to the next card. I'm glad that's going all the way back to that. This card has me super hyped, and you guys should know why by the time we're done reading this. 3 energy, 3 Zenkai energy, Ultra Instinct, Sun Goku, Unthinking Onslaught. Deflect, barrier, dual attack. Auto, limit 1. If this card is in rest mode and you discard 1 card from your hand, when you use one of your red skill as battle cards in a combo, choose up to 1 of your cards and gains plus 5k power for the turn. That's a sensu. Auto, at the end of your turn, switch this card to active mode. Cool. Activate battle, limit 1. If your leader is a Warrior of Universe 7, aren't too many of those around, but Ssm Gohan is one of them, and you switch this card to rest mode, you may add 1 red skill as battle card from your drop to your hand, choose one of your opponent's battle cards or Unisens and gains minus 15k power for the turn. So what we're looking at here is the ability to play this card for 3 energy, 3 Zenkai energy, and with Gohan it's going to be very easy. You combo with a vanilla, you combo with a skill list. With a 1-drop on board, you're not only drawing or using 2 cards, but drawing 1, 2, 3 cards. You are also going to be able to put the challenger into the energy, or the Zenkai energy, and then, you know, you're going to just keep going through that. That's going to be how you stack the Zenkai energy. So you'll be able to drop this guy as soon as turn 3 comes out. And when he does come out, he's going to be able to swing twice for 20k. You're probably going to want to combo on your leader or your Unison so you can get a bunch of 20k swings in. That's a good sweet spot. And then at the end of your turn, he is going to pop up into active mode. So when your opponent swings on you, you have multiple layers of defense. If you're using your Frieza Unison, your Frieza Unison is going to be able to protect you with a 5k. With a skill list, you may Spirit Boost, you may not. After it does its thing with the skill list, since you did combo with a skill list, you are going to be able to switch this guy to rest mode. And then you add 1 skill as battle card from your drop to your hand. You can take that, cool. And then you minus something by 15k. But now, because this is in rest mode, you can discard a, if you've comboed with something, you can discard another card. And you've just gotten a skillless card back to your hand, so big whoop. And then you can choose one of your cards against plus 5k power for the turn, and that can be your leader. So this is going to add a lot of defense while swinging for 20k a lot. So a lot of pressure, a lot of defense. This card fits right into Ssm Gohan. You can bet your butt I will be trying that out. Moving to the next card. You've got SS Caulifla, Tenacious Spirit, 4-drop. Being that thick, you already know it's probably going in set Sand Showdown, so set 16 KL. 2 Zenkai energy, 4 normal energy. Deflect, unique, double strike, blocker. Choose one of your blue KL leaders, and when this card is played, place the top card of your deck under the chosen card. Cool. Auto, if your leader card is a blue KL card, when this card attacks, choose up to one of your blue cards with 5,000 combo power from your drop area and combo with the skills negate for the turn, then choose up to one of your opponent's battle cards, ignoring barrier, and place it at the bottom of his owner's deck. Huge effect. That's a free Zenkai energy, and on top of that, you're going to be able to bottom deck a card through barrier. Very, very strong. Auto, if your leader card is a blue KL card, at the end of the turn, switch this card to active mode, switch to one of your mono blue energy active mode. This card is busted. I don't care what anybody says. Even if Kale is not destructively great, this card is destructively great in Kale. This is wonderful. We're going to move on to the next. We have got a SS Vegito, ready when you are. Deflect, permanent. If there are 3 or more colors in your Z energy, this card gains barrier. Not sure how early you're going to do that because it requires 1 green Z energy. And since Vegeta isn't saying anything about your Z energy, I'm going to go out on a limb and say that you're going to need to actually Z-charge a green card. So, yeah. Well, I guess it says all areas, so I guess all areas does count. So that's cool. So if you've charged 3 Gokus and Vegetas, you have the requirements for this. But you're going to need to probably charge 4. So 1 in your turn, 1 in your opponent's turn. 1 in your turn, 1 in your opponent's turn. And then when it's your turn again, you'll be able to play this card and have its effect because you'll still have 3 Vegetas or Gokus in your Z energy. Now, this is going to have barrier, it's going to have deflect, 2 crucial combinations of cards. Auto, when this card is played, look at the top 7 cards of your deck, add up to 1 Vegito card amongst them to your hand, shuffle your deck, and if you added a card to your hand, place 1 card from your hand at the bottom of the deck. I hate that last little bit of effect, but it is what it is. They look like, most of these effects are kind of going break even, so it looks like they just don't want you to have like a jillion cards in hand. It is what it is. Activate main, if your leader card is a red Vegito card and its front side is facing up and you have 2 or more energy, you can remove this card from the game, flip one of your leaders backside or to the backside and draw 2 cards. What this also means is you don't have to wait until you have the barrier permanent. The barrier permanent is just going to allow you to have a Vegito card to evolve onto using your Zenkai leader's effect if you have the Zenkai, because these are both meant to be played on the red Vegito. Now what this can mean though is as early as turn 2 you can play this card and you can awaken forcibly and draw 2 cards, and this doesn't cause you to go down on life. So you can awaken potentially at 7 life in that Vegito deck, which is a very strong buff for a card like this. And since this is a Zenkai card, you don't have to worry about not seeing a 4 of it to make your deck good. This guy's just always in your Zenkai deck. Mwah. Now, past that, that means that, I guess that means that 5 of your Zenkai cards are spoken for. You might only want to put 3 of these in your deck, but you have a Zenkai Awaken, at least 3 of these guys. Because this guy does have a pretty cool effect regardless. He's going to search the top 7 for your Vegito, but he's also going to become the stepping stool for that evolution for your Vegito Z Awaken Leader's effect. Very, very wonderful. This is the kind of support I adore. I think it's good. Next we got Ssm Goku for the mission. Critical, he's going to cost 2 energy, 1 Zenkai energy. Critical, auto burst 3 if your leader is a black Sun Goku Zeno only card and you place 1 card from your hand at the bottom of your deck. When this card is played, up to 1 black unison with specified cost and with no specified cost and 10k power or less from your deck to your hand, shuffle your deck. Activate main once per turn. For every 7 black battle cards in your warp, this card gains plus 5k power for the turn. So, this guy's going to become very, very, very thick. You play him, and generally, like, I mean, he's still got the effect of kind of like the leader, but this guy's going to be able to generally be at a 20k base most of the times he's doing these things. You just overrun once, and he's probably going to be set up. He's also can potentially go to 25, 35. Comboing this guy with Champa can potentially be destructive, but he's also going to be able to search your Unison, which is actually very, very, very cool. On top of being able to search your Unison, yeah, that critical pressure is nice. This card is just all around Gucci, especially if you can get your hands on the thing that we just got for the promo for the Zenkai thing at San Diego Comic-Con. Very, very nice. Black is shaping up. And then lastly for this video, it's been a chunky one, but we've had so much to go over. We've got SS Broly, the Demon Revived. He's going for Surge Broly, it looks like. He's red-green. He's going to take a singular red-green energy. If your leader is a Broly card, ignore this card's specified cost in all areas, and this card cannot be KO'd by skills while it's in the battle area. Look at that. So you don't have to specify cost. So as long as your leader is a Broly card, not Broly BR, but a Broly card, you're going to be able to play this for just any 2 energy as long as the Zenkai energy is red and blue. Or sorry, red and green if I'm not mistaken. So that's pretty neat, and he cannot be KO'd by skills in his battle. That's annoying. Auto, when this card attacks, use up to 1 red or green card with 5k combo power from your drop area in a combo with skills negated for the turn. If you have 4 or fewer cards in hand, draw 1 card. So this is looking for you to be aggressive. But on top of that, this is going to be how you start charging dual colored energy to your Z energy area. Activate main once per turn, discard a card in your hand, add up to 1 card from your life to your hand, and choose one. Your opponent discards 1 card from their hand, choose up to 1 of your opponent's battle cards with 20k power or less and KO it. This actually seems like very, very strong, but when it turns sideways, it has a high chance of being ran over, but I think other than that, this is just a very, very strong card. So, yeah. We have been through quite a lot. There's a whole lot to talk about in this segment, but this is a lot. We're getting so much info, and I think from here on we're going to start talking about the starter decks and really diving into this. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I enjoyed talking about it. Let me know in the comments what you think. Like I said, if you haven't before, subscribe to this channel and look at all the links in my description to see if there's anything you kind of want to look at in the realm of Universe X. Thank you guys. Thanks for bearing with me, and I will see you guys in the next installment. Later.